Yes, yet again I have spent too long doing another project, so we're not going to do that aeroplane thing that I promised yesterday, or the day before yesterday, or whenever I promise things. In fact, we're going to do this Lego set today. So I went and got one of these. I'm not a big fan of these kinds of things, and there's not many left in the shop. This was the only one of this particular model, but I thought, well, there's a couple other ones, but I like Marvel, and I haven't got a Loki, but I actually got a funny feeling I do have this Loki. I feel like I've got this set before, because I probably have went through the exact same logic, that if I was going to buy one of these, I should probably buy a Thor and Loki, since I don't have one of those in normal Lego. But maybe I haven't got this. Well, if I have got it, I've lost the pieces a long time ago, and I don't really like. It's not really the same as getting an actual, proper Marvel set, because they're the wrong size. They're like little silly things, and they're driving around in cars. I don't know if this series is... Oh no! Oh, it's the first time I've done that. I don't know why I worry, because I'm just going to throw the box in the recycling bin. I do kind of. Look, and they come in 2 little bags. Oh no, they come in 1 bag. It's a bit late, so I was going to do a quick video. So maybe I could just do 1 each. That's kind of boring though. Like, that's super boring. So we'll just put that there to the side. And these are their little capes. And they come in their little boxes. We don't even need to take the whole thing out, look. Which I always think is a little bit funny, because, well, for one thing, they could have just used 1 box for 2 of them, and they're exactly the same cape. What's up with that? Am I supposed to have 2 capes? Is this another bonus thing? So only Thor has a cape, and they're giving you a spare cape, and they're giving you a spare cape in 2 separate boxes, which is strange. And here's Thor's instructions, Loki's instructions, and here's Thor's instructions. And what's this thing? This thing is a poster of some kind. So that's quite neat. I certainly wish I got all of these other sets, but I haven't and never will. But unless someone donates them to me and gives me lots of them for some reason to do, which maybe they will one day if this channel ever becomes successful. But today it's not. It's woefully unsuccessful. So we will just do this set that I got on Reduced to Clear from a shop. So let's have a look what we've got inside. Do we have to put his cape on? Because that's going to take me the whole time. I think we do. That's Thor. Alright, they see what I mean? They got their little tiny legs, and they're just, I don't know. Like, I guess they did appeal to, there's obviously not designed for the adult collector of Lego. It says on the box 5 to 12, though, which seems reasonable. I can certainly imagine younger kids being enthused. I mean, they do have funny faces, and there is a kind of sense of humour to these things that I do quite like. So I'm not going to, and they do come with interesting pieces. So let's just do Thor first. I feel like this kind of thing, you should just be trying to build it from looking at the picture, like setting yourself a bit of a challenge. But it's also late, and I don't want to do that. So if I get another one of these, and there are a couple left in the shop, and I might get one next week. But I'm not going to get 2 in 1 week, because I don't have the money at the moment, and I just don't really find myself being enthused by the whole thing. But if next week I'll buy another one, then we can try building it just by looking at the picture, because that's got to be doable. We haven't done one of those things, but then I feel like, well, the whole part of this is just to share in the experience of building, and people watching this might be building this exact set at the same time, and then they'll feel like some sort of sense of bonding or connection with some other fellow human being. And if that other fellow human being just happens to be ignoring the instructions completely and just trying to build it from looking at the picture, well, there won't be that connection, there won't be that bond. And that person who is watching, that you who are watching, and I'm building this set as we speak, you will feel unfulfilled. So it's probably a bad idea to do that. Alright, or I'm not going to say or not, because you can only use that joke so many times, and I have used it so many times. So, time to dial back on that sense of humor. Alright, and so this one goes here. This is interesting. Very vaguely interesting because, you know, there's no little studs on this part here, and it's going to be missing the studs going into there. But it's got 6 out of 8, so that's fine. You can't really see the instructions, can you? Because I moved them over there. Oh, what? I thought I wasn't going to cough. Actually, I think it's partly because of the way that I'm leaning against the desk and I'm sort of stretching out my larynx or something, or some part of my throat, and that makes me more likely to cough. And if I leaned back, then that wouldn't be an issue. Maybe I need to rearrange things. Okay, well, I don't understand why that... Okay, it goes there. Alright. I should probably stop, you know, panicking every time. And these ones, so here we go, these ones are the inward ones, inward side pieces, and they do have that little hole at the bottom. So I'm sure I've got to dig up some older ones of those to see if they really did have that little tiny hole. Can you see on this one? Because I watched the plain video and it wasn't very obvious what I was talking about, but there's this real tiny gap that I'm sure was not in the original version. And yes, I could have just Googled it, but I didn't just Google it. I think I got Thor right. Like you do get the interesting things. Like you do get a hammer. I'm never going to get a Thor. So this is why I'm thinking. No, I don't think I ever actually got a hammer. Maybe I was thinking of getting this set or a similar one. How many series of these things have they done? So these are these gold ones or brown ones? Because these ones here. Well, it's not going to matter. It's got to be the gold ones. You get some interesting pieces. Like the gold ones are cool, but they don't match in colour. Like these are not the same thing. So, well, they are kind of a different gold, aren't they? Yeah. Well, they are. I didn't. Well, are they? So what I'm saying is that gold piece looks a lot goldier than this one. So maybe they are. I've never noticed. Why is that one so nice? That one's real pretty, that one. Yeah. Where are we up to? We are up to putting these things on. And so Thor's car is almost finished. I want to have a drink of water. It's too far away. It will interrupt the video. Alright, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to have a drink of water. And then we have the lightning bolt. And I must never have got this yet, because I would have mentally noted this lightning bolt, because it is quite spiffy, I have to say. It is quite a nice little piece, that one. Look at that. It's going to come in useful for something. I think I've got it upside down. Thankfully, you just have to turn it around and then it looks fine. And then there's little wings. Now I've certainly got these before in some set. I've done this. Right. Oh no. What? Oh, okay, there. They're not the same orientation. There we go. So, oh, for goodness sakes, I'm not in the full spirit tonight. Okay, partly because I keep coughing, and I've missed all these bits here that I've completely not done. That's because I started doing it here, and then no, I haven't. I've done this, but we didn't put the screen on. The windshield protecting. I don't know which way it goes around because it's upside down. Okay, it goes there. There we go. That's it. And there's a steering wheel that comes into this at some point. Imagine if they made you put that little tiny wheel on the actual piece. Like, they've never done that. But that would be so mean. That would be frustrating. I'm sure that would... Actually, it won't be that bad. But they're hard to take off. Like, I've never taken one off, so... It could be quite fiddly. You know what I mean? The little black steering wheel going on the grey thing. Yeah. What have we got? We've done that. We've done that. No, we haven't done that. Because that's the very last piece. I yawned and I coughed. And I've complained about... Oh no, these got the tiny wheels. I complained about not paying attention to what I was doing. Well, hold on a second. They're all the same tiny... They've all got the same axle pieces. No, they don't have the same axle pieces. There's two types. There's the big ones and then there's the small ones. Alright, so I've got to get these right. So, why does Thor get the tiny wheels? Why do they not just have 2 tiny wheels and 2 big wheels each? No, that's not the right piece. What? Are they meant to be like that? That seems strange. They kind of stick out on the side. Is that okay? It is how it goes. So we'll put 2 on the side so that it can't move yet, because we've got to build the suspense. So you definitely could have put the wheels on before you even did anything else on this one, because you just start with the base. You just start with this thing. And so if you really couldn't resist the urge to do it, you'd be in trouble with this. This is kind of flexible, so it'd be interesting to build Loki. People seem to name their cat Loki. It's like a whole bunch of people I've seen naming their cat Loki, as though that's which is, I guess, because cats are mischievous, or mischievous, however you're going to pronounce that word. And so that makes sense. But I think that's a phase that has passed, because everyone's like, oh, wait a minute, someone else named their cat Loki. So I'm not going to go naming my cat Loki. I'm going to name my cat Thor. I'm sure someone has named their cat Thor. Like, that seems like a reasonable name for a cat. I have certainly never named a cat Thor or Loki, and I doubt I ever will. But I maybe one day could name a cat after some character in the Marvel Universe. I did name a cat, of course, after Cillian Murphy, who plays the Scarecrow in Batman, in the Christopher Nolan Batmans, and I've talked about that, haven't I, on this channel, or some other channel, which is strange. What's this thing? Okay, this is going to be cool. Alright, and we start here, and we're back in this bit. So what I mean is, you could put the wheel straight on this, and you'd be away laughing. You could just finish there. It's like, well, I got the wheels on, what more do I need? Loki doesn't need anything else, and now he's got like that magic stuff. He can make things. Can he do that? I don't know if he can, actually. Can he make things that are not him, like, appear? Like, he must be able to. He's a trickster. He's like, Saha, you thought I was driving a real car, but in fact I was just driving a box with, well, I wasn't even, he's not even driving a box if he just stopped here. It's just like, I'm just driving some wheels with some axles, and that's all that I've got, and I've tricked you. I'm so tricksy, I could be a cat. And they're like, whoa, that's very tricksy. And this one can go there. And oh, this piece is interesting. This is such a custom design piece, isn't it? Well, I feel like there's got to be something else going in here. Oh, there is. There's a grey piece that goes there. That I missed that part of the instructions. And it was way back at number 5. In fact, that was number 5. No, number 5 was the bit and the gold thing. So I was right to miss it. They don't give you like the list of pieces they're putting in there. So that little piece there. So it's understandable that I missed it. So that's an intriguing new piece. Never had that piece before. So there are good things to these sets. I mean, let's be honest. It's not terrible. It's just not. It's just unexciting. I'm not drawn to this. So we've done up to 10. We're up to 10 already. So let's see what's on the other side of the page. More instructions. They just don't stop. And I think there's somebody outside. I think the neighbours are doing stuff. Which makes me a little bit nervous all the time. And where are we up to now? We are up to... This is not what I've got. I've missed a piece already. Okay. So these bits go here, and these bits go there. I think the end of this video is going to just be quite boring, because what else is there to say? It's too long a day. I didn't watch anything exciting or do much of excitement today. Well, nothing of excitement that I particularly wish to talk about. Well, it was more of stress that I don't want to talk about. It wasn't really that stressful. It was quite a laid-back day. That makes it sound like I have a much more strange, wait a moment, life than I do. So this thing here, this does not look really as gold. Like, the colouring of this is ridiculous. And then we go there. And I think that's that part done. And so these things, I'm sure I've had these. These come with like Chima spiders or something. and some other sets. Must have had quite a few of these over the years. They're relatively new. I was going to talk about the Technics thing. So I looked up the axle bit, and apparently in 2016 they changed them all to yellow for the odd numbered ones, and they've changed the even number ones too, which I do not know. Shows that I haven't been up with the Technic scene for the last couple of years. I'm not entirely sure what the last Technic one I don't know. The last Technic set that I bought was. It's very hard to put words in the right order sometimes. And then that can go there, and that can go there. Let's just finish it up because I think we've all had enough for the day. So this can go there. So we do have to have Thor and Loki, but why are they battling? I think the other ones in this series, they've got completely forgotten her name, played by what's her name from Doctor Who, Star-Lord versus Nebula. That's her name. I haven't seen this one ever in the shop, so this must be quite popular, that one. I don't know if you can see that one. That was also in the shop. That's not as exciting. I'm sure I must have got another Spider-Man one or something before, because I have had one of these before. And so then they sit in here. That's not his car, and it's not going to sit properly. Have I done something wrong? I've done something wrong, haven't I? What pieces have I got left over? I have got no pieces left over, so I mustn't have done something wrong. Okay, just sit in the thing. He's not going in the thing properly. I've really done something wrong here. Like, it's getting in the way. That must be his scepter thing with his tesseract. But, there we go. Whoops. Well, that was anticlimactic. Okay, and then we can pop that off, and we can put his cool little horn thing on. So there's not much room to move his... Well, that's not very useful. How does he look in the picture? Because I can't... Okay, you can get his head on. It doesn't stick very well. Typical Lego head thing's not sticking very well. And we'll have to turn that around a bit, and they'll have to come down like that. So there we go, that kind of works. And we'll get Thor, and Thor's much easier. Look at this. We'll put his hammer in, which he no longer has. And I can't remember how to pronounce it. It does start with the letter M, so that's all we need to know. Go in there, and he's right-handed. I don't know if he is or not. I have to say, the thing that really annoys me about Thor is he goes through all these things, like, you know, in the original Thor movie, where he learns humility and all that, and all these kind of things, and to be a bit more grown up. But he's 1,500 years old. It's like you can't be 1,500 years old and not be reasonably sensible. You know, you've done a lot of things, and you've grown up. It's like, you know, he might be like a god, but he's obviously a slow learner. And that's just like, come on, that's just not realistic. Okay, anyway, there we go. Those are those two things, and let's see how they drive. It's always important to have a driving test. Oh, don't go off. And I got to put this somewhere safe, because then I'll feel bad for losing it. But then I'll probably just give it to Kenny, because I think Kenny needs... Kenny's got no room for it. Come on, Kenny, you can do this. There's Benny. Benny's over there. This is Kenny, right? I think it's Kenny. I feel like now I should get out a red one. Okay. Alright. This is actually what happens in the movie if you haven't seen it. Kenny gets a red cape and saves the day. Cool. And so they're going to drive. Let's race time, race time. Alright, Loki. You're my brother. And I'm always going to keep believing in you, even though you keep failing me again and again. But then you kind of didn't in Thor Ragnarok. But then you kind of did, because you stole the Tesseract and didn't tell anyone. And then, but you did kind of like do that thing, and then you died. And you're like getting your own standalone TV series, which is pretty cool. At least I think you are. I don't think I'm getting one. I think I've had enough of this. But you know, you can keep going. Good work, Thor. Good work, Loki. Loki's like, thanks. Yes, thanks, Thor. I'm going to drive this way. Okay, let's go. Oh, what a trickster. Seriously, Loki. But anyway, thanks for watching that. And like, share, and subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. Bye.